Hi, Namaste. From India, this is Bernie from Austria. 2 months ago, I arrived here at the Nithyananda Peetha in Bangalore, near to Bangalore. I just wanted to share with you some information about my background, my history. So I'm 22 right now, and in my childhood, I tried a lot of different sports. My family was always supporting me in any way possible, and actually my whole teenage years were all about golf. I discovered my passion for golf at the age of 10. My dad brought me to the golf course, and also because of my passion for golf, at the age of 14, I started going to a border school where it was like a business and sports campus, and the whole thing was arranged to provide their students a nice environment for living their passion and achieving a peak performance in their golf play. So every day was the whole daily schedule was filled with 5 hours of golf, and then to compensate the movement of golf, we also did 2 hours of fitness training every 2 days. And yeah, that was a good time. I really enjoyed my time in this school, which took me 5 years, to the age of 19. So yeah, and besides that, I also had a pretty lovely connection to my whole family. My whole family life was all about celebrating. Anyways, after 10 years of playing golf, I fell into some kind of sportsman depression, I would call it, or confusion about what it is all about, and also because I kind of reached my peak performance, and back then I did not know where I could improve my whole game. It was like I would spend lots and lots of money into my career without knowing where I'll end up in the end. So after school, I decided to take a break. There were also some circumstances that led me to take this decision, and yeah, through that, at first I started my military service, where I did some first responding as a medic man. And right after that, I started my studies at the University for Natural Resources and Life Sciences, for biotechnology. And besides that, I fulfilled actually one of my biggest dreams I would even call it a dream, because I started the practice of martial arts, traditional Chinese martial arts. I was always fascinated about the wushu part of the whole Chinese culture, the Shaolin part of it, and the whole movements, like how acrobatic and energetic they were, the monks. And I started my martial arts practice at a very nice school in Vienna. Shout out to my first master, my Sifu, Leo. The institution where I got involved too was, its name is Shaolin Banam. It's a global institution. They have got a lot of students all around the world, and I think about 60 instructors. Leo is one of them, and he taught me how to approach health, and he gave me actually this cognition that if you want to do something physical and you get involved into some martial arts practice, the first priority is to get healthy, get flexible, get some kind of wisdom as to how to approach a good martial arts practice. So what we did is a combination of Qigong, Tai Chi and Kung Fu training. So we set our priority on health. So we started up with a kind of a meditation. It was a standing meditation where basically we would relax our whole body, then relax the mind, so thoughts will just pass by like clouds, and then the words that were being used smile from the heart, or open your heart and then smile from the heart. And through that meditation, the body started to release a lot of pressures and tensions. And I also got rid of my depression through that practice, which was pretty impressive for me at that point in time. And then I got started with the martial arts practice, which was real fun, and I enjoyed it. I felt really alive, and I liked the whole all parts of my practice. Like, we did a lot of sparring too, but it was a friendly way of approaching sparring. It's not that it's one ego against another ego personality. So what we did was we would go hard on each other, but the first priority is not to hurt each other, so that we can practice the next day with each other too. So that was the main focus. And after that I also discovered my passion for Wudang Kung Fu. So I found another school, where also in Vienna, where I got to know some very nice personalities, and also the master there, Michael, with his partner Oksana. They gave me a nice opportunity to experience Wudang, and we 5 months already ago we visited the Wudang Mountains. So I've been to China for 1 month, too, and in the mountains we were having lot of fun with traditional, authentic Wudang Kung Fu school, with all the things that you could think of in a traditional Kung Fu school. So it was all about getting up early, running, then getting the breakfast, taking breakfast, and 2 hours of training, lunch, 2 hours of training, dinner, 2 hours of training, and then go to sleep back again. But it was such a lovely environment. I think there were 30 kids and some elder Kung Fu brothers, which were our coaches. And I learned a lot of things there too. I would recommend visiting these mountains for everybody who is interested in internal martial arts. So yes, and after that I was thinking about my whole life situation. Actually, I stopped my career in golf. I took a break there and found a new hobby, found a nice way of meditation. So I really figured out a nice way to live my life, and I got involved into a job which was all about social media stuff and some content management too. But it did not fulfill me in any ways. It was a nice job, but it's not that I would say, okay, I will really learn for life in this environment, or with the kind of people that I got to know. So what I did was I went really hard on my training and really pushed my body to the limits, to all limits. But I made some really strange experiences, and that led me to another confusion again. It wasn't bad in any ways, but I would say approaching spiritual joy or spiritual benefits through practice of martial arts is kind of a weird way, because the main focus on fighting is always there. So yeah, you can do that, but I wanted to do something else too. And by doing all these researches, I found out about the Guru Paramahamsa Nithyananda, with whom I could really relate my whole experiences I made through the standing meditation, and also the martial art practices. So it was like that. If I would watch his videos and read his books, everything seemed as if his words were coming out of my own mouth, and I really wanted to spend some time with him and all the people that were involved in his activities and his ashram here. So yeah, that's how I found out about my path, actually. My first impression of the Dhyana Peetha, which basically means complex that includes an ashram and a temple. So it's a combination for providing the infrastructure for spiritual seekers and also for practitioners of Hinduism. So it kind of combines both, which is kind of a nice environment. And my first impression from this place was very beautiful. I immediately, at the moment I came here, it was by night times, but the next day I got to know a lot of people in this place. There was nobody, like not a single person I could not get along with, or even I could have an argument with. It's like everybody is on the same level of cognitions about what to go for in life, and how to live a meaningful life. So yeah, the context here was exactly what I was expecting, and also I wasn't expecting that, but my first cognition about Hinduism, or the importance of religions or spiritual practices like rituals and stuff like that, was that basically I wasn't involved in any religions or in any religious practices before, but I wasn't really against the practice of religions, but it did not catch my attention at all till now. And I must say, with Hinduism, it's a little different than, let's say, Christianity or different kind of religions, like those who really are religions. Like, I would say Hinduism is not a religion by itself. It's more like a like a way of living based on location and life cognitions. People were gathering through an immense amount of time in history. So that makes it really interesting, because there is so much knowledge to the scriptures of Hinduism, and that's what the whole place is actually all about here. That we are living the lifestyle of the Vedic cultures, which dates back thousands and thousands of years. And yeah, so for me, the first cognition I got about Hinduism is actually, if you look at it that way, let's say a family which is living in the city because of money reasons or things like that, and then decides to move to the countryside, build a house, and create their own environment for bringing up children, or just enjoy life in the nicest way possible. So it is all about them creating their own environment and their own home culture. And in a lot of places in this world, you can really see that people are setting their own borders, even between them and their neighborhood, and they don't want to really get involved into a lot of social activities with other people than their own circles. So what I cognized about Hinduism is it is kind of a way to create a home, but in a huge way. Like, I would say ultimately it's about how to make the whole cosmos your own home. It sounds a little overwhelming, but if you look at it in a broad way, it really makes sense. Like, I think we're 300 people in this Ganapitam at the moment, and the lifestyle we are living is really sustainable, and just do your research on what's going on in here. It's just my experience I wanted to share with you. And that's just a short introduction about myself, and I will let you know about all the happenings, and I will provide you pictures, videos, everything about what's going on in this place in the future. So I hope you enjoyed my personal introduction, and I hope to see you very soon on my channel, Nithyanandam. Thank you guys.